Borage is a very important medicinal plant that has many healing properties. To benefit from the healing properties of this plant, the flowers and leaves of that are dried and used to make tea. The consumption part of this plant is leaves and flowers. The nature of borage is warm and moist, and this plant is rich in antioxidants, flavonoids, vitamins B, vitamin C, magnesium, calcium, iron and potassium. Many benefits have been mentioned for this plant, the most important of which are: borage is a nerve-strengthening stimulant. Drinking borage strengthens the psyche and the five senses and is invigorating and cures sensory disorders. Subscribe our YouTube channel to watch the rest of this video and more. Treatments of cold, shortness of breath with borage. Borage drink with a little lemon and honey is useful for treating colds, shortness of breath and sore throat. This tea cures cold coughs and will act as a strong ointment. Borage flowers chronic coughs, respiratory arrest, and mild asthma. And if you drink borage 2 or 3 times a day, it can treat dry cough. Borage is useful for the treatment of oral disease. Fresh leaves of borage treats of pus and thrush in children and is effective for relieving oral fever. Use borage to prevent cancer. One of the properties of borage is that it is anti-cancer. Borage has magnesium and prevents cancer. Various cancers such as prostate, breast, and liver can be treated with borage. Borage is anti-rheumatic. Borage can be anti-allergic, anti-rheumatic, and anti-inflammatory due to its alkaloid content. Properties of borage on hot days. Pouring fresh borage leaves in salads and soaking the fresh flowers of this plant in water and mixing it with lemon juice and sugar is very refreshing and cooling for hot days. Benefits of borage for skin and hair. Borage leaf extract is an emollient compound for dry skin and relieves itchy skin. Borage leaf extract with an equal amount of water is useful for dry or itchy skin and treatment of nerve pimples on the skin, and it can be rubbed on the pimples. Rubbing borage oil on your head reduces many scalp and hair problems. Borage for blood pressure. The antioxidants in borage improves blood circulation and treat high blood pressures. Borage is good for diabetes and blood sugar. Borage drink can help lower blood sugar in people with diabetes. Borage for the treatment of heart disease. Consumption of borage prevents stroke and heart attack and cardiovascular system disorders. Use borage to improve intestinal function. Borage oil causes intestinal motility and improves intestinal function. People with intestinal laziness are better off consuming it. Borage for urinary tract infections. Borage flowers contains a lot of potassium and calcium, which are very diuretic and eliminate infections by increasing the frequency of urination and treat urinary tract infections. Borage also has the power of purifying the blood. Maybe you cannot believe, but borage is good for Alzheimer. Borage oil increases nerve conduction and reduces the risk of Alzheimer. Use borage to improve bone health. Borage has a lot of calcium, which has a great effect on bone health in middle age and prevents osteoporosis. Now let's talk about consumption of borage during pregnancy, lactation, and in children. Consumption of borage during pregnancy due to the presence of alkaloids can cause harm to the fetus. Pregnant women should refrain from any arbitrary consumption of herbal decoctions or infusions during pregnancy. Consumption of borage is also harmful for lactating women and children due to its alkaloids. Do you know how to brew borage? To use this plant, put some borage about 2 to 5 ounces with half a liter of boiling water like tea on the indirect heat of a steamer and let it brew for 10 minutes. And after brewing, leave it for 10 minutes, then taste it. You can only prepare 2 grams of borage in the form of tea and consume it 3 times a day.